Okay, so you're starting out and you've gotten these containers and you want to figure out what you need to do nutritionally, right? Because it's all about the prep. So you want to prep ahead of time what you're going to eat. They say failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And at least for me, that couldn't be more true. If I don't have my meals all prepped out the day beforehand, that's when everything falls to the wayside. If I have little snacks ready to go for when I want to go for something bad, I can just grab those quickly and get that all out of the way before something bad happens. So in any event, I just want to tell you a little bit about the containers and the whole fixed eating system in the event that this is the route that you're going to go. It goes with most of the programs, pretty much all of the programs. Now, certainly if you got the BOD On Demand All Access Challenge Pack, you got the containers with it. So you're going to map out your bracket, your calorie bracket, and that's going to be listed in the book. Now, if you are doing any of the BOD All Access programs, when you go into that particular program, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it's going to have the content that would have come delivered to you in books. It's going to be digital content. So you're going to pull up the eating plan for that. And it helps you to calculate your calories. And usually it's your weight times 11. You add like 450, and then you subtract 750, and blah, blah, blah. So, but you're going to do whatever the calculation is, and it's going to give you an eating range, whether it's plan A, B, C, D, E, whatever it is, and you're going to go based on that. And it's going to tell you how many of each containers you can have in a day. So if it tells you that you can have 4 green containers, anything that's on the green list, which again will be included in the nutritional guide, that you can squeeze into this container counts as your 4 greens. You'd be surprised how much lettuce you can squeeze into this for salads. So if you can squeeze it, you can eat it. So these are your greens, these are your vegetables. The other thing you'll be allotted is fruit. So it might tell you can have 3 fruits, right? If you can fit the fruit in here that's listed on the list, you can have it. You'll have whatever, is listed on that. If it's a banana, a half a banana counts as 1 purple container, just so you know, because it's a little bit more starchy. So you do want to look at the list because there are slight variations, but for the most part, if it's berries or, anything like that, it can fit right in here. It'll also tell you like the equivalent, like a medium apple is 1 purple, that kind of thing. Your carbs, the almighty yellow, these are the ones we all like, and of course they're a little bit on the smaller side, but that's okay, because you can still squeeze a ton of stuff into here. Remember, if it's like rice, you're going to be doing brown rice. You can do quinoa. There's a whole list of things you can put into your yellows. This is what your dairies actually also count as a yellow. So it's 16 ounces of unsweetened almond milk counts as a yellow, or 8 ounces of the non-fat milk counts as a yellow container. So you want to make sure you count those in there. Then blues, these are your healthy fats. On most of the plans, it's just one of these. But this can be hummus. What else do I put in here? I put hummus in here all the time. I think it's like a quarter of an avocado. There's tons of different things that fit into the healthy fat container, but you can certainly use this cheese. Of course, cheese, low-fat cheese. If you can put it in this little container, which really isn't so little. I think it's about equivalent to a quarter of a cup. You can have that as your healthy fat. Reds, these are the ones that I love. Shakeology counts as one of your red containers. But your chicken, your fish, whatever you can fit into here that's on the red list, you can have 2 hard-boiled eggs or 2 eggs in general equals 1 red. Now get this, 8 egg whites equals 1 red. So if you need the extra food, the extra volume to fill you up, you can go with 8 egg whites, and that's 1 red container. Greek yogurt goes into a red container. So, but again, look at your list. You'll get tons of ideas. And then this is your nuts and seeds or dressings. So, again, you can fit your dressings in here. It's equivalent to 2 tablespoons of a non-fat dressing. Usually you only get 1 of these, so you have to decide if you want dressing or if you want nuts and seeds. But the list is all there, but that's what that is for. And then your teaspoons. So your teaspoons are your oils and your nut butters. A lot of times I will use this for, say, almond butter or peanut butter. I get my 2 teaspoons. And again, depending on which plan you're on, you may get 3, you may get 4, you may get more. But teaspoons, and that's what they're talking about, is a regular old teaspoon. So, but what you want to do is you want to think about how many containers you can have for the day, and you want to plan it all out ahead of time. You want to write it out. You may even want to do a couple of days together. The best success I have is when I make a meal that can be carried on to lunch for the next day, or make extras so that you can have the same thing for dinner 2 nights in a row. But it's all about the planning. It seems complicated at first, but the more you do it, the less you have to think about it. And really, by the end of the month, you're going to be so used to what your plate looks like, because you fill up the containers and you can dump them out on the plate. And that will turn around and tell you what your plate should look like. It gives you an idea of portions, and you can start to get them under control to the point where you won't need the containers anymore. But certainly when I fall off track, I go right back to my handy dandy containers because they help get me in check. Any questions, let me know.